Bricks, this is Kyle, and today is a review on the LEGO Ideas NASA Apollo Saturn V rocket, set 21309, and has 1,969 pieces, or 1969, the year of the launch. Now, for those of you who have been following my channel for a while, know this is not normally where I do my set reviews. I've transferred to my Studio B, which is next to my Wakanda mock. Again, those of you who've been following my channel for a while may remember it. And so I'm going to give you some close-ups. I just wanted to really show you just how big this rocket is. It is enormous, and that's absolutely what I love about it. So I'm going to go ahead and take you into more depth look. And so without further ado, let's get into this. So it does have stands that you can put it on, and two sub-assemblies, or actually three, but I'll get to that in a minute, which are very, very cool, but I'll show you more in-depth of those later. I'm going to pick the camera up for you guys and take you right up the rocket. So as you can see, this is very, very big, going up to where the white does not continue all the way to the top, which is personally just awesome. I mean, they could have made this small and not even an ideas set and just had it be just so much different instead of making it this big. But I just love it, just how big it is, and the various ways they have the tiles and the tubing with the cylinders and the vent pieces. Again, I'll take you more in depth later on. Here's just another view from the side. And this can all be detached into multiple, components, which I'll again show you. So you got stickers and prints for the flags, USA, United States, which are just very, very, just makes the whole thing. You have the fins on the bottom, and it's just so detailed, the way you have the boosters with the actual barrel pieces printed in, or colored in gunmetal gray. Alright, so let's go ahead and give this a closer look, and I can show you all the awesome things that this Apollo rocket comes with. I do also want to point out to minifigure scale just how much you have here, and the actual, figures that are included are micro, so you just are nano. So you can just, this is just really an enormous, awesome rocket. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you how the different components detach right now. You can actually detach this to reveal an awesome lunar module that is right on the top. That is kind of weakly set on there, but I will show you guys that I can't speak, in depth later. You can actually take that whole assembly off. This is what you are left with, just this little capsule part, which I will show you again. And also, if I can do this without breaking the whole thing, take this whole component off. And that just has one various little booster right there, so you have that whole component that can come off. I really like how they set this up to be accurate and also easier to transport. Then you have a bigger component, which is a little tougher to get off. But that whole big section comes off, and underneath that, as you can see, you have 4 bigger boosters to really keep this thing up, and I'll again show you how that's made in a little bit. And then you're left with this whole component, can't really see it, which is the bigger, really big part of it. You could see the boosters there. And this is solid, it's not like a flimsy build. So I'm going to go ahead and take you back to my normal studio to show you it more in depth. Alright guys, so here is the detached part that I showed you, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how that really works. So like I said, you just take this apart, and what's supposed to happen is that's not supposed to happen, but you can see this lunar module, and what that is connected to is just a cylinder piece with a hole in it, with this little black, bottle or cup piece. Just not really weakly, but just I wish that was connected a little bit better, because it is just a bit flimsy. So there's that booster, as I was talking about, and just the rounding and the tiles and the black and white and gray. It makes it fun to hold on to, and it's just very, very appealing to the eye. Take that off. Bringing in that part that disassembled, you have all the way at the top some nozzle pieces, which really make for a good design. I really like the look of that, and then you have the very point. The use of gray flower pieces at the tip over here, I really, really do like. And then that's what the inside of the whole thing looks like. That can simply just very easily be reattached, and you don't have to really put it on that hard or really push, because it stays on. It's very, very, very sturdy, so you can see that's it as a whole, and even just this portion of it doesn't even fit on camera. But I really, really love this portion. I think it's very detailed. And so let's move on to the next portion. So here is the middle portion, as I said, and this actually has a very good weight to it. The boosters aren't that impressive. Obviously, this isn't actually the bottom, where you have the bigger ones to actually get it up into space. This would really just be the second portion when that ran out. But I do wanted to point out with this one, because you can really see that along with the last portion, but especially with this one, you could see this is not hollow. This is really with various colors, and the clips here, which I'll show you on the other one, and how they actually clip in, and just all the filling inside is just amazing. And then you have the prints or stickers for United States, and just all the rounded tiles. Just feels so nice, looks so nice. You gotta be a little bit careful with this. I mean, it is pretty secured on, but I mean, it is still a little bit, you can ever so slightly move those. Again, has a good weight to it. And yeah, so this one is probably the plainest of them all. So let's move on to the final piece. Alright guys, so starting from the bottom, it's just amazing work on how they got the rockets to look so perfectly lined up. Obviously, you do have the 5 big ones on the bottom, moving up to the little airplane tails, which represents the fins, to the giant USA, all the vents, the flags, all the way up to the inside of the whole build, which, as you can see, you can almost put like figures in there as like seats and stuff, but obviously that's not where they would actually sit. And now this is such a big portion, this doesn't even fit on the camera zoomed out. But overall, I mean, it's just the building techniques are very similar for the main body portion of it. I just have the various tiles, as I said, but the real attraction to this style is definitely the rockets, and just how those are positioned and lined up. You can see with all the bars inside there. It's a really good look. I just love how the whole thing fits together as a whole. You have the ability to use the stands included in this set to really make it look good when it's on display. I personally, if we're putting it on display, would put it standing up, but this is the way you can do it, by just simply leaning it on top of these very interesting and simply designed stands. So here is the lunar module included in this set. LEGO did actually come out with a full-scale version of this shortly after they came out with the Ideas version of the Apollo 11 rocket, but it is very, very intricately designed. You have a tile that is usually used to smooth the undersides of builds, circular tile that printed to make the actual face or area where they would actually sit in of the module itself. You have the various gold pegs used for the actual landing gear. These gold elements, you can actually not even have it on its legs, because it's actually on the little black peg. So you don't actually even have to like try to position the legs so perfectly. You can just put it down and then move your legs to the ground. So very, very cool. I really like the design of the whole thing. There's a view from the side and a view from the back. It's really in depth for such a small intricate thing. Also included is a little moon base with 3 nano figure that are beautifully printed for astronauts, Michael Collins, Buzz Aldrin, and Neil Armstrong. You also do have now check this out, a clear 1x2 tile with a flag printed on it that is actually just wedged in between the bricks here, and that's really, really cool. I really like what they did with that. But on the little cylinder with the hole in it, at the center of this whole thing is actually where you can land your lunar module with that little black peg. And just connect that on, and you have your whole moon landing basically in just a very, very small scale. And I'll even show you this whole assembly just to a regular minifigure. Now, obviously, mine is on a base, but still, it's just super, super cool when you just look at it, like how big this was compared to actual people, and then never mind the rocket. Now, obviously, after re-entry, the lunar module landed in the ocean, and they also include an awesome other assembly, and I'm so happy that they actually included both of these. Now, this is on an actual little blue circular tile or plate here to represent the ocean, and I'm glad that I actually got that in a dark navy blue. Now, this is obviously the module that all three were turned in. You have the nice printing on the dish or cone piece there. You also do have the little inflatable little things or balloons or buoys at the top. Obviously, when it landed in the ocean, which definitely really looked cool, but probably the smartest and awesome design here for in my opinion is definitely what they ended up going for the actual like raft around it, which were these hinge pieces that are used usually for claws and just connecting builds, but it's actually its own little thing. You actually take that off, and it's just very, very smart. And I really like the use of these. They're used Doc Ock pieces for their actual like arms and stuff. So putting that back on and around actually sits pretty firmly. So you have to actually like take it off. It's not like it's on there weak or anything. But again, both of these two assemblies, along with the stands, are included in this awesome set. So here is everything, minus the stands. All the components that the rocket itself can break down into. And the two assemblies with this awesome, amazingly detailed Ideas Apollo rocket. And yeah, so that really completes it for the LEGO Ideas NASA Apollo Saturn V rocket set review. Set 21309, 1,969 pieces. Now, this video is sponsored by Providence Brick Exchange, my friend Clint, who owns a Providence Brick Exchange store. For those of you who are local followers, definitely make sure to go check him out. He actually graciously provided me with this set to review, so thank you, and huge thanks and shout out to you, Clint, if you are watching this video. And so thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you found this helpful. Definitely make sure to subscribe. Drop a like if you haven't. Subscribe to my cousin over at Andrew, or Anthony Does Lego, or Anthony the Lego Man. Sorry about that. And my friend Andrew Does More Legos, because they're big supporters of my channel. Thank you guys for watching. And remember, you can never have too much bricks. Keep building.